Hello everyone, it is Pal Ponder on Weather coming at you with another video. In this update, I'm going to talk about my forecast for Canada over the next 2 weeks between now and the end of the month. I've actually had a lot of requests to talk about Canada, to forecast about Canada, so I actually put together a video just for you guys. So before we do get started, if you do like weather-related content, please subscribe to my channel, as I will upload about 5 videos a week to keep you updated. All right, so let's get started. So here's the overall Gfs model as of this morning. I'm kind of using this as a guide because this has been the most accurate one over the last month that has proven itself to turn out to be right. So I'm kind of using this as kind of more of a guide for you guys to follow. But it shows the snapshot this morning, what has that persistent flow that's been prevalent over the last 2 weeks, especially in Canada, that blocking ridge in Alaska, and has this northwest flow that sends relentless systems across the northern regions, bringing snow, below normal temperatures, and bringing, more snowfall into the southern Canada regions and the northeastern parts of the United States. So if we take it out another frame on the 20th, it has another system coming down the pike. This is on the 20th, and it'll actually, grow in the next frame, but it still has that persistent blocking ridge where these systems come in and kind of reload every couple of days. So we'll take it out another frame, and it'll show that ridge, blocking even further, swinging across. And then we talked about yesterday the SOI index going below -8, so activates the Pacific jet. So it's going to be kind of a two-prong approach for you guys coming up. You'll have those clipper systems, the northwest flow being persistent, but also the Pacific jet will be activated as well and bring more potentially snowfall for the United States. And swinging up the East Coast will affect you guys in southern parts of Canada, especially around Quebec, Montreal, and Toronto regions. So if we take it out another frame, this is around Thanksgiving. This is actually on Thanksgiving Day now, and you can see the blocking setup. This is a cold dominant high, but that persistent southern jet getting activated and getting a pretty nice setup for the United States, and will bring even more snowfall as this extends 2 weeks out. And if we take it out another frame, there's signs of a polar vortex splitting and another blocking pattern setting up. So it's going to be a two-prong approach. You'll have these clipper systems, this northwest flow being persistent, but you'll also have this southern Pacific jet being activated and swinging more additional moisture to the northeast. Here's the overall precipitation between now and the end of the month. And it shows elevated levels. I know in Vancouver today it's going to rain about 2 inches, and so you can see the blocking ridge brings above normal conditions for Alaska, but actually above normal snowfall for Alaska has that blocking. So you got rain in Vancouver over the next 10 days. I'm looking at highs in the 50s and lows in the 40s with a lot of moisture in the area. If we swing it further east and we go up to Edmonton, it's a lot drier, but highs are in the 30s, lows in the 20s. Down in Winnipeg, we've got highs in the 20s and lows in the teens, so about 5 degrees cooler on average than you guys in Winnipeg. And we swing up to Montreal. Now we're getting into the snowier regions where we have more moisture to play with off that northwest flow. You can see this setup is pretty persistent. And once it gets to Montreal, we've got snow chances with highs in the 30s and the lows in the 20s, but several snow chances over the next 10 days. And especially as we get down to, you might not even get above freezing in Montreal. I think the only day you might get above freezing is a Friday coming up, and that's only in the upper 30s. But for about 10 days, the next 10 days, I don't think you even really get hardly above freezing at all. And you'll have several snow chances coming up. And if we swing it down further down to Toronto, again, same thing. We've got snow chances starting potentially on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So more snowfall for the region. And so, and then potentially, upper 30s lower 20s for your region down there. So if we take a look at the overall snowfall map, this is the latest Gfs model over the next 16 days, and it shows that persistent northwest flow. It's really evident. Has the abundant snowfall in Alaska. Even though you have above normal temperatures, you're going to have above normal temperatures, you're going to have above normal snowfall, because it doesn't take it gets really cold in Alaska. So even with above normal temperatures, that's actually the perfect scenario for above normal snowfall in Alaska for the winter months. And this will be persistent off the northwest flow. And once this activates more of the Pacific jet, you'll have more snowfall into the northeast. And I know you guys got excited down here in Dallas last night when this started putting some paint in Texas for snow. And I know it got me excited, but again, this is 16 days out. So, but this pattern does look more favorable for bringing snowfall further south as we get into the later half of November. So things are getting exciting. So if we take a look at the GFS model, this kind of shows the same time frame. It's not nearly as bullish. So I showed you the most bullish one at the beginning because that's actually been the most accurate one. But I want to show you all model aspects of kind of what it's spitting out. And it's not showing, it shows that consistent northwest flow still prevalent, but not obviously nearly as bullish on the snowfall for the next 16 days. And if we take it out to the Canadian model, now this only goes out 10 days versus 16, but it kind of still gives you the same overall general idea of more snowfall for off the northwest flow for Canada between now and the end of the month. So, and if we take it out to the European model, it's a little bit more bullish. So this, as of lately, the European is beginning, more bullish as we get closer in. So there's some, it can't really see beyond 10 days for some reason. It used to be, a pretty good indicator, but the GFS model has been the most accurate over the last 2 weeks and especially the last month with these Arctic outbreaks. But the Euro does eventually come around, but it's a lot closer in. So this is the last 10-day snapshot of what it thinks it's going to bring for upper regions of Canada. And again, more snowfall where we've got that Pacific jet meeting, the Clipper systems meeting, and we're having a perfect scenario set up for the Northeast and Southern Canada regions. So I hope you like this video. I kind of put together something special for you guys in Canada between now and the end of the month. If you did see value in this update, please subscribe to my channel and definitely catch me in the next video where I protect you before and after the storm.